Hi everyone. So, continuing with our political science, we were doing theories, I guess, and we left off at theories of democracy. So, understand कुछ है नहीं इसमें. Theory of democracy. I think we did go into little bit about the classical as well as the contemporary theories. Now, contemporary में there are only two, that is elitist and the pluralist. कौन सा होता है ये वाला? Elitist मतलब elite मतलब leaders. So when I talk about elite, it means that power is in the hands of elites, the leaders, the Modis, the Shahs, the Gandhis, right? But when we talk about pluralist, we talk कि भाई सी NGOs हैं, let's say Alternative Democratic Reform, ADR, Amnesty International. Now these are the NGOs which put pressure over the government to take their concerns as well in the equation. And when we were talking about classical, we were talking about nothing but the origination. Originate कैसे होगा concept. So there we talked about Locke. Now Locke talked about three kinds of liberty: life, property, and liberty. Father of liberalism. And then further J.S. Mill came and he made sure कि भाई ये तो ज़्यादा ही absolute है. Let's try to broaden the definition. He also talked about women, that women should not be confined to the four walls of the house. Otherwise, development won't happen. You need liberty for your opportunity to develop properly. That is the point. ठीक है. Now, two words that I need you to think about is, can you call the classical democracy, the classical definition of democracy as one in the ambit of being protective? So you should be saying yes. Because what is the sole purpose of democracy here? कि भाई just first thing, legitimacy. The one who will be controlling you has legitimate right to give direction. कि भाई let's not harm. Let's say you are this person and you have worked very hard and now you have built this home. This is your property. This is your land. This is your swimming pool. Now who is going to give protection to this? State will give protection. Now how is this guy supposed to obey this state? Obey क्यों करेगा ये? Why would he obey? Just because this state has been elected by him also. As simple as that. So basically you are going for democracy to gain legitimacy. If you feel like you also have some part in giving the direction कि do not enter this private property, then it makes sense कि everybody will follow, right? Now, in contemporary times, we see the amalgamation of various socialist aspects as well. Now, you are trying to give various, let's say, health benefits or let's say some pension schemes, right? So, try to think of it in another way. You can think of it like that in classical, you were going for, let's say, political as well as in some way you can say legal democracy, or let's say the focus were on these rights, political rights and legal rights. We will cover this when we do rights also. But when we are talking about contemporary, there is a shift to social plus let's say economic aspect as well, right? So understand one more thing. In the whole of this theories of democracy, you can mark this A, B, and C. Now understand what I'm going to do, and I hope that you also do it in your note copy or whatever you have, because this will definitely help you a lot. C पे you put Macpherson, Macpherson's theory. Now basically what Macpherson will be doing is, understand, Macpherson will be criticizing the classical as well as contemporary. So we have done classical, we have read a little bit about contemporary. Contemporary में if you have to write, what will you write? You will write elitist होता है, pluralist होता है, right? If you have to write in classical way, how will you write? You will write in protective, or in Mill's term, what you can say, developmental model. Developmental model. Here you write about Mill, the exponents of the classical democracy. Here you can talk about Locke as the exponent of this classical democracy. When talking about contemporary, you know who is the pluralist one? Dahl, Robert Dahl. And when you talk about elitist, you can write about Schweppter, however you pronounce his name. Then this is the UPSC candidate. Yeah, UPSC candidate. Now he is going to analyze this also and this also. Macpherson. What is he going to say? ये कहेगा कि भाई listen, दोनों रख लो, classical and contemporary. Contemporary का हिंदी में मतलब क्या होता है? अभी जो चल रहा है आसपास, like ट्रेंड में जो है, और फैशन, right? So understand, when Macpherson talks about the aspects related to classical and contemporary, he criticizes the classical model for why? For which reason? कि भैया classical model जो है, it does not take real world, basically implementation. It does not take implementation into account. Demonetization is good, but what is the implementation? At implementation level you have to criticize. So classical is bekar because it does not take real world into account. And why is contemporary model, contemporary theories not suitable for Macpherson? Because understand, contemporary के अंदर we talk about elitist and pluralist, and for Macpherson he says there is not much difference, they are both same. इतना कोई difference नहीं है. Contemporary is all about today. Let's say Pakistan is a democratic country, let's say, then what is the reason? Simply because you are talking in terms of procedural norms. That is why you say कि Imran Khan becomes your prime minister. You just ask for कि भाई election हुआ है, you say yes, free and fair थे. Now understand, who is going to come and say कि free and fair है? So the election commission of Pakistan only will declare कि free and fair है कि नहीं, and it will obviously declare. Why would he say कि भैया ना हमसे ये काम भी नहीं होता, we are not able to do even this much? So on paper you become free and fair. Similarly Russia, ठीक है, Putin elected है भाई, but understand, the opposition that comes in Russia, he bans them, ठीक है. Then only 2 days before election he will say कि चलो you are not banned, then you are fighting the election and you are winning. Technically free and fair, who will say? Election Commission of Russia. So it will say yes. Is there elections? Yes, elections were given, voting right was given. So technically you also become procedural contemporary democracy. So Macpherson is the UPSC candidate who critically analyzes both the classical and contemporary ones. If that makes any sense to you guys. Now talking about one more thing. When we are talking about Macpherson, understand, Macpherson was leaning little bit towards classical side. He was a supporter of classical, although he gives reason for why he does not like classical, because it does not take classical real world implementation into account, but still he is a classical one from heart. Now understand, Macpherson further says कि भाई it is not necessary that you have to have multi-party system. It is not necessary कि multi-party होंगी then only you are democratic. No, no, no. I think I have mentioned this before. If there is a party, let's say Communist Party of China, and if the top position and the other position in the hierarchy in the party itself are democratically elected, inside the party there is intra-party elections. Intra-party matlab, intra means inside the party elections are there. That means that it is overall democratic. As simple as that, even if there is only one party. So it is not like liberalism has total monopoly over democracy. Liberalism के पास नहीं है. As simple as that, according to Macpherson. Now, then he talks about what is and what should be. Just like our Aristotle, Plato guys used to do. What is and what ought to be. Now understand how this happens. According to him, there are two sections in the society, which has been told by Marx also: capitalist and workers. This makes sense, I guess. Now understand, if there is capitalist and if there is worker, then who is having how much of power and what kind of power? So understand, there are two kinds of power that Macpherson talks about. Macpherson talks about two kinds of power. One is extractive. Now extractive is coercive power. That is, you are forced. You are forced. And second is developmental power. That is opportunity to do what you want. Opportunity, किस चीज के लिए opportunity? To do what you want. That is creative freedom. Creative freedom. To do what you want. नाचना है भाई तुम्हें अब. तो when you will start dancing, you will start showing creativity, what you can do. You do not know what you can do, you only have an idea, but when you start doing, you get to know what you can do, and that is what is creativity is. You do not know what will be the product of creativity. You start somewhere and you end up making something very weird. See, I did not know what I was making, but now it is some kind of animal or snake or lizard, I do not know, right? So capitalist and worker. Now how much power these two are having? Let's analyze. So according to him, capitalist and worker. So capitalist is having this extractive power is 100%. 100% extractive power is with capitalist. Let's not keep it 100. Let's do it 99. Now why? Because see, some workers union will be there and they can sometimes, very rarely, they can pressure capitalists to increase their wage or let go of the layoff that they are trying to do, like today in our automotive industry. It is seeing a slowdown, right? And we are seeing various solidarity movements around the nation. So 0 to 1% can be given to workers. Now this is our extractive. That is forced. You are forced. How will you be forced? See bhai, this is your clock and you are supposed to work, let's say 8 hours. So you will be working till 5. So this is your work time. Now how much will you be paid till 5 o'clock? You will be paid only that much amount कि इसको जैसे you get home, as soon as you get home, your home, you are a worker and you get home with this money, it will make sure this amount of money that by 9 a.m., let's say this is Monday, so by 9 a.m. Tuesday, your money that you earned previous day will become zero, and you have no other option but to come again to work. ठीक है? That is why your wages won't ever be like 1 crore rupees. अरे भैया, then you won't come to work tomorrow. How will the capitalist keep producing products? उसका business ठप हो जाएगा. ठीक है? This is just an example that I'm giving. Okay. Now talking about developmental. So understand who has all the authority whether to. This is what iPhone. What kind of iPhone? This is iPhone 6. Now I have seen people using iPhone 5 also. But now X is there. What is X? I do not know. Maybe 10 or 11. ठीक है, ये सब आ रहा है. Now who has all the decision making power? कि what we will be making, how we will be making. So obviously here also we see capitalist having all the developmental power as well. Understand what was power. I mentioned this. Power is decision making. One of the definition is decision making. Who is making decision? Capitalist. Worker का क्या role है? कुछ role नहीं है. 0 to 1%. And when you have no developmental, see, let's say this is your mummy. ठीक है? And now understand this thing. She asks, what do you want to eat? Right? Now always and always this kid will say rubbish thing, make samosa. भैया कैसे बना दे घर में? Make pizza. No. Then she will take upon herself कि okay, I will suggest something that I also agree, you also agree, and she will come with something कि भाई let's make some. What is the weirdest thing that everybody eats? राजमा चावल. ठीक है? Very economically she said this. You also got enticed, and now this will be cooked. Now राजमा चावल is nothing but rice. राइस में लगता है 2 मिनट. राजमा ऑलरेडी शी मस्ट हैव हैड. इसे क्या बोलूँ मैं? राजमा को भिगोना पड़ता है. यू हैव टू कीप इट अंडर वाटर. नाउ शी मस्ट हैव हैड kept it under water previous night, and that is why she is suggesting that to make this rajma chawal. Now she is very smart. Now understand, this kid was given the opportunity to suggest ways what item in menu he would like to have, yet he is doing what she wants. At the same time she has to make him fool also कि भैया rajma chawal is not very fancy. So she will try to do something. She will use her intellect, she will use her creativity to do something with the rajma chawal. ठीक है? Again, very stupid example I am doing, but you have to understand the relationship between the capitalist and the workers in the developmental power scenario. ठीक है? Because democracy is about what? Understand, democracy is about only empowering masses. That is power with the people. Power with the people. Now, what is people? People and power, what is the relationship? Because people will get the sense of self-respect. Bhaiya, see, I am empowered, I have power, I can choose what to make, what to do. Now understand, what did I say? We are going to see in what is and what ought to be. So this is the current scenario, and this is what ought to be, not ought to be. This is, sorry, current scenario. What ought to be should be. What ought to be should be कि भाई सी coercive power तो is not a good thing, तो इसको तो 0% रहो. Nobody should have any. Coercive power is basically neck in hand. You have somebody's neck in your hand. This is coercive power. He has to do something. Why? Because you have something over him, right? So this is not good. This should be the ideal condition. In the developmental context, what should be the ideal condition? that by 100% development power should be with capitalist and 100% should be with worker. Let's say you have to create iPhone, and now how do you, and you have a target ki 100 iPhones you have to make today. It is up to you how you do it. You take relaxation. See, in the software companies nowadays, you see beanbag chairs, बेड्स, लेट के काम करो, ठीक है. देर आर प्ले स्टेशन 4 आर देयर एवरीवेयर इन एवरी सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग फर्म. Why? You relax, you chill, but you do the time, you do the work, you abide by the rules. You can go home also and do work from home, but काम होना चाहिए. And that is what your creativity is all about, according to you. ठीक है. And these two are the two dimensions of power that he talks about. Now, when we are talking about dimensions of power, we have to have a talk regarding democracy and development. Now, understand, we have to take into account what we have learned till now. Democracy अभी तक we have seen कि भैया western political thought में पढ़ रहे थे. There it started got getting evolved. Evolution जो है वो western political thought, that is यूरोप की बात कर रहे हैं. So democracy itself becomes a product of western civilization, western Europe. And Europe has been what? Europe has been a colonizing entity. Colonizing. So basically what it wanted to do, or went on the adventure of colonizing the world. Now when you are embarking upon a journey colonizing nations like this, India, which has had a very fruitful and big history, how will you do it? You will start teaching them. You will start teaching them starting Anglo schools, Anglo learning. That is, you will be making them very well versed with English language first. Then you will be, after English language only, they can start learning the words liberalism, free trade, right? And then only they will be able to learn about the concept ki bhai, see, you are the barbarians and we, the western world, the Europe, is the civilized one, and we are doing nothing but doing some ehsan on you, that we are making you get railways, we are making you embark on a journey of science and rational logical reasoning, right? And when you are doing this, you will give the goalie. Not everybody will digest what you are saying, and then you will say, you will also grow, you will also develop, right? But then understand, we were golden bird before you or after you. We were golden bird, golden सोने की चिड़िया, like people say, we were golden bird before you. So we were already very much grown. So all of this is nothing but total crap. And as I said, in political science, we are always reading about lies, lies and discourses. If that is understood, then understand what is going to happen. When we talk about democracy, the basic tenet of democracy is nothing but tolerance. And which other country can you tell me about which is as tolerant as India? In fact, the religion of India, the Hindu, the Buddhs, Jains, the Sikhs, even the Islam, because Indian Islam was living together with all the religion peacefully until foreign invaders came, and then only they started using the policy of divide and rule, divide and conquer. Up till 200 years ago, there was not a single incidence of Hindu Muslim versus wala scenario. There was nothing like that ever, right? Even the rulers here, the Akbars and the Jahagirs, they were married to various Hindu princesses, and this was normal. ठीक है? There was a mutual respect and tolerance observed all over. So, in this, keeping this all in the back of your mind, now you can write about democracy and its relationship with development. So, understand, we have to talk about here the Asian values. Now, what is Asian values? So, understand, most of the democracy and why free world and free trading, basically the marketing for democracy is nothing but the marketing for western manufactured goods to enter the world market, and that is why it is all about nothing but economy, so that economy of the western world can keep on growing and growing. And for that, if they have to make sure that the lesser worlds, the, let's say, the emerging markets, if they have to grow, understand, they will grow only by the capital that will come from the western world. If China is producing such a lot of, let's say, products, so understand, how is it able to produce? Who is owning all the capital there? So 70% of the capital of China is through FDI, that is US plus Europe plus South Korea plus Japan. सिंपल है ये. सो तुम्हारा कैपिटल ही बना रहा है चीज़ें. इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दे आर मेकिंग. सो अंडरस्टैंड this thing. The goal of democracy is what? Why do you have to be a democratic country? Because it will help you first self respect. Every person will feel कि भैया I am empowered. Second, the agenda is poverty alleviation. Poverty हटानी है. And the third is development. Now understand, if democracy is there, that is, in India's case, all the illiterates have the authority to come between the decision making process, okay, what should be and what should not be. Do you see how it will become nothing else but mobocracy? Because we do not have of a culture of democratic culture, as people say. Now these are not my words, these are the words of Lee Kuan Yew. Check the spelling if this is right. Now he was the Gandhi of Singapore. He was the founding father of the Singapore, and he was very much aligned towards the Chinese model. He said that when compared to the Indian model was Nehru model versus Chinese model. Indian model, Nehru model is democratic, bureaucracy, IS officers leading the developmental work. And here in Chinese model, what you are doing? You are state capitalism. State is capitalist. State is capitalist. People are socialist. When you engage this, according to Lee Wan Q, this model is the one that is the best suited. Why? Because people are not very literate, and you need to have a top-down approach. कि भाई you are giving the orders, and orders are being implemented. Here क्या है? अरे भाई ये random losers हैं ये. चेतन, भगत, राम, रहीम, everybody is saying कि भैया we will also become MLA MP. Now what will you do? Lalu Prasad Yadav, what will you do becoming MP MLA? Arey, you will do nothing but do stupid thieveries like chara ghotala. You will nothing but cow's food you will start stealing. Then you will get indicted for which crime? That you were stealing sand. Now these are the stupid crime that you do. There are others who are doing very high level crime like 3G, 4G, 2G, 4G. ठीक है coal. Now at least you have some kind of respect कि भाई such high tech crime this is. Now this is very very stupid. No respect for this. Anyway, jokes apart, right? Now he has obviously preferred Chinese model over this, but understand Amartya Sen, the Nobel Prize winner, now he has given a good response to this, and he has given the counter to this thesis by Lee, because he says कि भाई see democracy is something that is very much inherent to Indian culture. Democracy is all about toleration and India is all about toleration. ठीक है. Plus he talks about कि भाई see Asia itself is not something that is very homogeneous. Asia का एक part है that is India, and if India को ही you take, India itself is such heterogeneous that it makes no sense to have any single person have authority over everybody else. It makes no sense. It won't be practical ever. You need to have some kind of inbuilt consensus from everybody. Then only every stakeholder will be saying कि okay, we will also start doing this. Anything, whether it be some dam work or whether it be some kind of forest clearing, anything. Right now you must have seen that Uttarakhand has said कि भाई let's clear forest, and even Haryana saying कि the Aravali forest you can clear, it is not needed or whatever is the reason. Now see, other people are coming and saying कि भैया no, you can't do this, you can't do this. Here we are talking about deemed forests that are not written in the revenue list. Now understand, various stakeholders are able to come and protest and protect their commons. These are what nothing but commons, belongs to everybody. Is this ever possible in a situation like this? Or let's say a situation where Bru refugees are, let's say, from Mizoram to which state? Tripura, I guess. They were made to Tripura, Manipur, whatever it is. You check yourself. So from Mizoram to Tripura, if Bru refugees, also known as Riyangs. Now, if these refugees were made to, let's say, some were able to come back to Mizoram, like 300 families, I guess, but majority is going to settle in Tripura or Manipur. I am confused. You check about it, right? So it is not possible if Mizo government was not talking to Tripura government. It won't ever be possible. So they are also talking to each other. But what if only one guy was there and he too was not even Mizo, not from Tripura, just some random Bengali guy? Now nobody would. Tripura only it must be. Right. So nobody will listen to him. You yourself won't listen to, let's say, if I start yelling at you tomorrow, you will accept. But let's say some roadside guy start yelling at you or start telling you or dictating you, okay, you do this or do that, you won't take that, right? Because it has no credibility, no authority. Anyhow, so Amritya Sen says कि भैया one thing is political will. First thing is political will. It is not कि Chinese model was very very great. Let's talk about North Korea model. What is the North Korea model? Nobody knows. But we know that people there are suffering from poverty. They do not have jobs, no jobs. They have no, sometimes they also lack in food security. They beg for food many times. How do they beg for all of this thing? Array, we are creating nuclear missile, we are creating nuclear missile. So they will start threatening with nuclear missile. Then somebody will come and give them some kind of aid कि भैया ये ले ले $240 million. ठीक है, शांत बैठ अभी कुछ दिन. Then they will spend that, and then they will do again this nuclear missile. Then South Korea and Japan will say कि भैया take some money, stop now for few years. Then they will start. So this is what is going on, right? So we see in top down approach also, it is not always possible that you maintain or develop or get a good enough development. So it is not कि Chinese model is good, it is just कि political will was there. The Chinese political mindset was such that they wanted to develop. Whereas in India, we have democracy, but there is no political will. Because understand one thing very clearly. In India, if you see various educational institution, who owns all the educational institutions in India? Majority are owned by ex MLAs, ex MPs, or let's say some kind of deep management is there involved with politics. So why do we get to a situation where we provide free education and at good quality? It would make no sense. When privatization is making us rupiah, why provide it for free? Similarly with hospitals, similarly with health, when even your, let's say, who was this Mahesh Sharma, the ex, uh, which ministry was with him? Ministry of Civil Aviation was with him in last regime. Last regime means the same current regime, previous year. So you understand, he himself is MD CEO of Kailash Hospitals. So many branches they have. Now, why would they care making health also a public commodity? It is a public commodity, but why? Similarly, your defense, and now with the sale of Indian oil, what you are going to get is privatization of oil manufacturing also. ठीक है? So HPCL they are trying to sell, right? Now, if you have to take into account if this is correct or not, you can take in comparison with Kerala. Now, Kerala में there was a political will. Political will था Kerala में, and that is why Kerala model of development has been endorsed by Amartya Sen. Amartya Sen endorsed Kerala model of development. You see, there was political will, and that is why people there have such good rate of literacy, the highest. Then they have good quality of life. इतना ज़्यादा good quality of life है that they have created various villas and bungalows, taken over even your coastal areas, because everybody is in capacity to give money to get a sea view, ocean view, flat. If you remember the recently demolished Maradu apartments, why were Maradu apartments made? Simple, because people are in capacity to pay. We can pay for seaside bungalows, seaside flats. But anyhow, whenever we talk about reservations and democracy, you can always use this line or this thought experiment that I used to understand. Thought experiment. Try thinking of yourself as dying today, that you are going to die today. ठीक है? And now think that, let's say कि all of this crap regarding rebirth and everything is true. Let's assume that rebirth is true. ठीक है? Now think that tomorrow you are going to take birth again, and now this will be random. This will be random. Random means Any country you can get birth in, any country. So you could get placed in Pakistan also, or you can get placed in North Korea also, or United States of America, or back to India. But India में कहाँ? बिहार or Maharashtra or Delhi? It will all depend. Similarly, what will you be? A boy or a girl? And if boy or a girl, what kind? Which kind of family? Do you get in a general category or OBC or SC or ST? Or let's say if ST, you have to understand what you are. If you are in ST, then you might be living in a forest, in some tribal area. Forest. Dependent on forest. Your mother getting some kind of, let's say, at least one meal from nearby forest produce. Nobody knows what to do with you. They just know what to teach you. They will teach you that this fodder produce will give you food. This will give you health. Nothing else. No further education. You have no way. Now tell me, where would you like to get situated in? Now obviously you would want to go here. But understand, here you have to be meritorious. USA is all about merit. ठीक है, वहाँ पे देर इज नो सिचुएशन वेयर सम किड इज लाइक 24 25, ठीक है, डूइंग नथिंग, अर्निंग नथिंग, बट थिंकिंग ऑफ, लेट्स से, clearing some exam but yet not studying anything, thinking of getting married but yet not doing anything in life. ठीक है, there you do not respect these kind of people. There is only place for meritorious people, merit, who are educated, who can be independent for themselves and think and not be a burden on anybody, especially not the state. That is why when you go to US, they start making you filling forms showcasing how will you stay here, how will you live here, how will you eat here. ठीक है, now understand, now you have taken birth, now the rebirth, and let's say you are in India, and you are in India ka Bihar, and you are a girl, and let's say you are in a forest tribal family, ST family. Now understand, what are your opportunity options, what are the options for you. Understand, will you like to have, being this girl, will you like to have some kind of reservation? Understand, why is it there? For discrimination, because people will laugh at you ke hey see, मोगली आ गया, मोगली आ गया. People are that stupid. They will say कि भाई ये जंगल जंगल भाग चली है, पता चला है. They will start doing this. You will feel very weird, and you will feel weird of your personal, let's say, history, and that is not at all nice. Your personal history. The first person that you got to know was your mom and your dad, and their history and past you are being ridiculed at. This won't make sense, and that is why people won't be getting you to admitting you to educational institutions. This is not right. What is your fault if you are living in the original ways? This is how everybody was living, right? Not your fault. Plus you are girl. Nobody, let's say, nobody in your family is going to invest in you. Okay, bhai, na, better to teach my boy to some school, not you. You just get married. Arey, what if you want to study and do something? Not every girl has marriage as first option, right? This is something that happens with everybody, but this is not the priority, right? So what do you do, and where will you like to be? So obviously India, with your reservation and your democracy, fills your gap, the deficit that will come or emerge because of its democratic deficit. Okay, so I hope this developmental need developmental aspect of both. Reservation मैंने ऐसे ही घुसा दिया है, but the thing is that the idea is the same for both. Consensus and where will you like to get birth at? Take birth at. Now, anyhow, we are living in a let's say, lateral world, and you have to understand one thing. First thing is, not everything. See, many of you that I have noticed are very, very, let's say, sheltered. The sheltered life you have seen, many of you. From sheltered, I mean you have not seen anything outside your home or whatever your town is or village. Okay, whether you live in some, let's say, a tribe in Rajasthan or let's say Himachal or UP, anywhere, it is very much necessary for you to have an understanding, a deep understanding of what is going on around in the world. Then only you will know where you are lacking. Not everybody thinks like you. First thing you have to understand, maybe you are in the bottom of the people in the thought process that could any day be true, but that won't manifest into realization automatically. For that you will have to compare yourself with others. You can get into, let's say, your regional whatever collectorate office is there, you can go there, you can start talking to the various young magistrates, you can see how your opinion differs with them, you can start thinking only after monitoring your progress, right? So cosmopolitan model is very much obvious, but yet this won't make sense to many of you. Now understand what is going on recently is that people from India and China will move to USA in the ambit of getting master's degree, right? And they will start settling there and work there. So the culture in USA is becoming a little more fused. They have whites there, they have Indians there. You see yourself, Apple, Microsoft, Google, not Apple, Microsoft and Google, Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, right? Recently, UK's parliament elections happened and 14 Indian origin members are there as MPs. So you think about it, what is going on? So the identity is getting diffused. Not even diffused, you have to understand. It raises a very big question. Okay, what is going on with globalization? Is globalization just like I was talking when I was talking with sovereignty? We have to talk in context of democracy also. What is the role and impact of globalization on democracy? Now, democracy need to take into consideration the aspiration of the various folds of the society and sections. Now, understand, with globalization, the top cream of the section, let's say top cream of India, coming to USA and becoming the top CEO. Now, if you are the top CEO of USA, you become what? The elite here. Now, if you have become the elite in USA and USA has more power than India, you can say. And if your elite, can you push the agenda for India? Because obviously this is your nation. So understand what is democracy about. Democracy is about, let's say, this is, let's say, USA, and USA has this original people inside. These blue ones are USA people, and let's say this is Sundar Pichai and this is Satya Nadella. These are Indians. Now they are CEOs. Now they becomes what? Elites. And I have told you that elites can shape the policies of the country, and this country is USA. Now can they pitch for, let's say, making more friendliness toward India? They can pitch, they can put pressure. Now understand what is democracy. Democracy is that by power should be with these blue people, but we see that the decision making has been impacted by the elites and it is coming in favor of India. Similarly, if you have to take a very good example, I will give you the example of Israel, because Israel or Israel, however you pronounce it, the Jew lobby is very very strong, as I have mentioned, because Jews own most of the banks. They were the first in the field of banking. Why? Because most of the religions, like let's say Christian or Hindu or Islam, they were against the concept of interest, or let's say byaj. They were like, oh, no, 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 there will be paap padega, or there will be some kind of penalty, some superior holy penalty will be put upon you. The only religion that was fine with the concept of interest was Judaism, and that is why a lot of hatred they faced initially, and that has stuck in the minds of people. Anyway, I'm not talking about it, but you can read about anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism, right? Now, understand, if we when we were talking about globalization and we were saying it has weakened the state, if state has been weakened, तो understand democracy का क्या हुआ है. Democracy is कि power इनके पास होनी चाहिए, but power is with these Indian guys. So democracy as well has been weakened. It is very much logically understandable, right? Similarly, understand the second. First, so let's say immigration. What should be the second point? Second point you can state is your institutions of global governance. Let's say, let's say World Trade Organization. Now World Trade Organization will say कि भाई this dispute is wrong, or India cannot give subsidy to agricultural laborers, etc will come, right? Now what is World Trade Organization? Who is it to dictate India something, or who is United Nation to tell India anything, or United Nation का some, let's say, in CBD, right, or some World Health Organization की dictates or notification. Who is India? Who is they? Who are they? India is sovereign, but how much, right? So understand what is going on in the world. And if you think about it, if this is the whole world, this is, let's say, America. What is the shape of America? Whatever. Okay, this is North America, this is South America, and this is, let's say, Africa, Europe, this is whole of Asia, ये भी ले लो थोड़ा, and ठीक है, Japan. Understand one thing, in the world institutions, any institution do you see that is regional? There is only one, that is here, that is European Union. Apart from that, okay, there is African Council, African Union here, but apart from this European Union, there is no integration anywhere. There was a brief SARC here, but it is defunct. It is not much in use. But yes, keep in note that when Prime Minister Modi visited Maldives, through the instrument of SARC only, the swap agreement has been initiated with Maldives. ठीक है, करेंसी स्वैप एग्रीमेंट. तो ऐसा नहीं कि साल पूरा डिफरेंस है, देयर इज समवॉट mechanism still there to take use of. Anyhow, moving ahead, and while moving ahead, nothing much left but models. Now understand, theories is one thing, models is different thing. Do not get confused and say कि भाई models क्या है. Now models of democracy. Now technically we are going to study only three here and very quickly. So understand what is democracy. Democracy is people. Now tell me, are you involved in democracy? Do you vote? That is your whole participation, right? How do you get involved with democracy? You start voting, right? So it means, who will you vote? You will vote somebody that will take your concerns to the parliament. Basically, you are going to choose a representative. So the first model will be your representative model. Representative democracy. Now obviously representative democracy will be the first model, and it will be given by or started by Locke, father of liberalism. It will further be enlightened, it will be further more enlightened by J.S. Mill. As simple as that. Now understand फर्क क्या है दोनों में. When Locke talks about representation, he just wants a police state, nothing else. But and for him, democracy will give what? Some form of legitimacy. But J.S. Mill ने क्या सोचा कि भाई understand one thing. This is, let's say, the parliament and representatives are there, but anything that you have to do, let's say anything, any bill you have to pass, you just ask कि भाई let's vote, and 51% vote जैसे हो जाता है, the bill gets converted into law. Now understand, this will mean that whoever comes here in the majority will always be ruling, right? So it is not best to have a majoritarian model, because whenever you have simple majority, it will always become majority ka rule, or the tyranny of majority, or dictatorship of majority, as simple as that. So Mill was in favor of what? Mill was in favor of proportional representation. Proportional representation. Now what is proportional representation? That, let's say, there is party A and there is party B. So basically what you will be doing is, let's say everybody starts voting and party A gets 60% of the vote, party B gets 30% of the vote. So if this parliament has 200 seats, so 120 will be given to party A, 120 candidates will be from party A, and only 60 candidates will be from party B. Why? Because you vote for your party. ठीक है. Now this happens in, let's say, United Kingdom, Labour Party and the Conservative Party. But at the same time, you have to understand, in India, what do we follow? In India, we follow first past the poll. How do I write it? First past the poll. Now what happens here is, everybody will start getting vote. Let's say this candidate and this candidate and this candidate, and everybody is voting. Now he gets 30% vote, he gets 35% vote, and he gets 25% vote. 30, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5 की गड़बड़ कैसे हो रही है? 30, 60, 70, 80, 90, 10 गायब हो गए. 10 ने, let's say, this person gets 10% vote. Now who wins according to you? As simple as that, this guy wins. Now understand, this person did not, 35% vote only he got. It means that 65% candidates rejected him. 65% का representative he is not, yet he will be sitting in the parliament. First past the post. ठीक है. Now I hope you get clarity between simple majority and proportional. When you get simple majority, what happens in simple majority? Can you say wait, can you say this, can you compare first past the post with your simple majority? Simple majority is 50%. 51 technically, basically greater than 50. ठीक है. Now we also call simple majority majoritarian model. So we are not going to call that. Now understand one thing that I want you to understand, that when you do proportional representation, here we are talking about only two parties. But what if, let's say, there are four parties, party 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say he gets 20%, this party gets 20% voting, this party gets 22%. Why I'm making it tough? 20%, then these get 30%, 30%, right? Now, do you see, if these two parties come together, they can form the government because they will be in majority, or these two can do, but then they will be coming at clash because both will be having 50-50 candidates, 50-50% candidates, so nobody is still having a clear majority. But here what you can have is these two parties coming together and creating the majority. Now they will be forming government. So we see that proportional representation gives rise to coalitions, coalition governments. And when we have rise of coalition government, it helps in, let's say, more regional disputes can be taken up to the parliament level. ठीक है? More deep penetration of democracy. Now, if this is clear, your second model of democracy will be, see, this is not that you can have democracy without it, but yet we have to do it and study it anyhow. It is called participatory. Now, obviously, there can't be a democracy without participation, but what you have to understand, participatory, so obviously democracy is. So here we have to take understanding of participatory democracy in a very different sense, that is direct democracy. Direct democracy, what is direct democracy? Think of just Gandhi's Panchayati Raj system. That is the Gram Sabha. What is Gram Sabha? All the people of the village. All people of village. They form Gram Sabha. Now they will elect among themselves someone who will be called Sarpanch. And they will take all the decision together. Okay. Now, participatory or direct democracy can be, let's say, learned from both the ways, liberal way of direct democracy as well as your Marxist way of direct democracy. Now, Marxist way will be known as radical democracy. Radical. What does radical mean or radix mean? Radix means root. Root means basically every individual, right? Similarly, in liberal terms, when we can understand that direct democracy as simple as your Gandhi's Panchayati Raj, or the better would be your Aristotle's polity. Aristotle के according, polity was the best practicable best practicable form of government when compared to, let's say, your philosopher king or queen. So if that makes any sense, right? Now we have read about Rousseau also. Now Rousseau also was very much in favor of direct democracy, right? Because direct democracy will be the best way to implement general will. Similarly, Gandhi. Now, while coming to Gandhi, what is the Gandhi's idea of power? So understand, Gandhi's idea of power is also known as oceanic circles. Now, what does that mean? It is also known as Sarvodaya. Sarvodaya. Now it means that if this is an individual and if he has power, then it means that there is a circle of influence around him. And if in that circle of influence anybody comes, that person get empowered. Why? Because he has power. So the power in Gandhian definition is something that is for the empowerment of others. It is not for or to be used for yourself. This person won't get any help of the power that he is commanding. Others will. And the others to get empowered, they will have to come in the ambit, in the circle. Right? Let's say if India is here, so don't you think that Nepal and ये Bhutan जो हैं, they also get benefit from the growth of India's economic growth and potential. China's economic growth and potential से Nepal is also getting a free, let's say, route to send its cargo from China's ports. Similarly, India is also saying कि नेपाल कोलकाता से भेज ले भाई, use Kolkata port. So Nepal also gets, Bhutan also gets hydrological power, and let's say these Maldives getting their civil services getting trained by India. Similarly, Afghanistan, Pakistan, everybody gets help from nearby locations who are powerful. Similarly, how is China able to grow so rapidly? Because USA is just in front of it. There is this Pacific Ocean, and this is China. If you think of the map in this sense, okay, let's say this is India, this is ASEAN countries, and this is, let's say, China, this is Japan. If this is Pacific Ocean, then this is USA, as simple as that, right? And when you think of USA in this term, then China is just opposite it. It is just opposite China. So if USA has created this sea line of communication, who is using it best? China is using it best, selling everything to USA, having plus $350 billion of trade surplus. Now this is something to be taken care of. That is why USA is in so much debt. I think $23 trillion of debt under China, right? So the concept that I was able to explain you was that China was being empowered because it was under the ambit of influence of power of USA, because USA was able to provide security to the sea lane of communication. As simple as that. Plus you can remember Hannah Arendt. What did she say? कि भाई the most important action is public participation. Public participation in politics. Right? So with that clear, what will be the third model of democracy? So understand, what does parliament do? The parliament का mandate is to debate, भाई, debate. So it will be deliberative. So understand. पहले we talked about कि भाई representative होना चाहिए, obviously, but representative simple majority, if you take into account that you simple majority you give, whoever gets 50% vote or anything becomes, let's say, simple majority. If there are three parties A, B, C, this get 30, this get 35, 30, 30, 60, 65, and this get, let's say, 10% did not vote, 25. Okay, so this party won. So let's just make sure that this party is also for forming government. Okay, and this party is also getting all the 100 seats in legislature. Now this was very much stupid, and Mill thought कि भाई this will create very much a situation where majority का rule. Now this is in majority, that is why majority will rule. So he came up with in representative model only, What? Which model he came up with? He came up with proportional representation. कि भाई, see, if 35% vote you have gotten, so only 35 candidates you will get in legislative body. This will also get 25 candidates in legislative body. You will also get 30 candidates MPs in legislative body. ठीक है? Whoever will form majority can form the government. As simple as that. This will make sure that nobody is making it a tyranny of majority. This situation won't arise. Then we came to the second, and in second there was a need to realize कि भाई, see, we need to involve public participation as well more furiously, and we talk of participatory democracy. But participatory democracy we have to understand in the terms of direct democracy. But direct democracy, do we observe somewhere? So understand, yes, 73rd amendment, 74th amendment, your panchayati raj system, your municipality system, these all adheres to that. Plus you can see that we as citizen, we have citizen charter, we can apply for RTI, and your social audits of schemes, various schemes. Let's say Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has been conducted, so social audit will tell you whether it has really been as successful as government says or not. And then at third we comes to deliberation, deliberative, because to make sure that such heterogeneous society lives together and lot of issues are solved with dialogue, you need to have a mechanism and an institution that engages in debate, because debate is nothing but logical reasoning, and after that only law comes. What is law? Law is nothing but a product of logical debate, arguments, right? Now obviously you can't have a democracy without deliberation, so this is very normal, so I won't be going into it. But what I would like to make sure is that recently there has been a decline in the deliberative power of the government, or let's say parliament. As you must have seen the recent bill, CAB bill, or let's say the abrogation of 370, not lot of debate has been done, because you have a huge majority, so debate has been sidelined, and because of which we are seeing judiciary coming into forefront, and judiciary is playing a role which is known as judicial activism. Now judicial activism is something that is good at some level, but when you do it a lot, it becomes judicial overreach. So this we have to do in when we are doing judiciary, right? So anyhow, I hope this thing is clear. So few points I have to make. Okay, now understand one thing, that the evolution, first thing you have to understand, representative, say participatory, then deliberative. One, two, three. This you have to understand. Then various exponents, whatever you can remember, uh, you can write it down. Deliberation can also be called as your heart and soul of democracy. It involves your power of argument. So simple thing only, they are nothing. So before starting with rights, let's try to tell you something. First thing, I think I have mentioned it before also, but your Indian political thought notes has been uploaded over the drive. You can ask the link over the Telegram group. Somebody will give you. If you do not have it, please do read it. I will only be going over it momentarily. ठीक है? Because there is nothing to teach in it. Now in part B, you have to understand. I somehow feel that I guess one or two students are here who are not in Siddha, right? So for them, I will try to arrange polity classes as well. ठीक है, that are going on in Siddha. Now they are going very slow, but that is by choice only because the questions will be coming from only your fundamental rights and DPSPs. But according to this year's whatever has been in the current affairs, so state and union relations become important and judiciary also becomes important for this year, right? So for part B, it won't take much time, hardly 2 or 3 classes, because you guys will be familiar with whole of polity. For I guess one or two students who are not in Siddha, they will face issue, but I will make sure that you get polity also for Siddha, polity of Siddha for you. Okay. Then second is IR. I hope you guys are reading, because IR mein I will be providing my notes as well as going over few issues only, because there is not much to do in IR. So we have to start with part A, paper 2. Now it has only two things to tell. One is theories of international relations, and now this will be interesting. Now comparative politics. So comparative politics is some kind of ghost that you people are scared of, but don't worry, it is nothing but engineering. So if you have done engineering, it will be very easy for you. If you have not, don't worry, I have done engineering. I will make sure you understand it. We will have to understand politics as if it is a machine, and you have to do some kind of input and get some kind of output, and you have to engineer the structural change inside it. That's it. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the course, that whenever we talk about political science, you have to understand there is just one, that is part A, that you have to put more time in. ठीक है, that is just part A, nothing else. Even paper 2 का part A में comparative politics will be tricky, otherwise nothing else is there. IR part B, and here part B, here you have polity, approximately polity and Indian constitution. ठीक है, that I will make sure you do. Okay, one thing is governance. So in governance, okay, governance also I will try to incorporate with polity only, nothing governance. In governance we have to do administrative governance, economic governance, and we will try to see the roles of, let's say, your units, let's say your division, district, district administration, division administration, ठीक है, then state level administration, central level administration, what is a secretariat, how does secretariat maintains, district में you will have DM. Similarly you can compare it with your commissionerate system. RSTV में it was recently commissionerate system, where the commissioner of the police of some IG rank is also given the powers of executive magistrate. So basically you do not need to have two bosses, only one boss is there. So the powers of DM is with IG rank magistrate or commissioner. ठीक है. Now it has been implemented into Ghaziabad and Lucknow, I guess. So make sure you see about it. Anyhow, chalo, bye bye.